in terms of your acting career, did that branch off of radio? Did that come before radio?
That came before radio. I was doing acting before the radio.
Okay.
The radio thing came, like I said, it was an accident when I called that one time and it just hit. But the acting started way before that. Me doing plays, and just basically through word of mouth. You know, I went to school for TV production, so you have a lot of people coming out there to use the equipment, and you get to know people. And this person's working on this project; they're looking for an extra, and that's how it started in my journey when it comes to acting. I started doing, movies for school, film festivals and stuff like, little stuff here and there just to get noticed. And as time went on, my first official movie, it was Gary Davis. He was a director and the producer and the writer of this movie. And basically it's called She's a Spy. She is a Spy. And this was like the mid-90s. And it was filmed here in Palm Beach, and I played like a bad guy. I had a small role in it. I get beat up in the movie, the whole 9 yards. And that was my first taste of, okay, now I did drama. I never did drama in school, but I did plays. I would audition for plays and get plays, church plays, plays in school, the whole 9 yards, you name it, I was there. And that was my first movie. And I had a small part, and then after that, I was going to school, and I was doing, like I said, TV production, and I started doing camera work for Florida Championship Wrestling, because they would come and use the equipment at the studio.
Gotcha.
But they would use the students because they figured, okay,
they're cheaper.
Exactly. We independent wrestling, so what's the best way to get somebody to edit, do camera work, and we don't have to pay you guys, because you have experience. And so basically, that's how it worked out for me. I remember, I remember I was there. I was editing. I was doing some videos, and it was for class. And I see this big buffed up lady come in, and I'm like, look up, and I said, man, she looks familiar. And I was like, yo, who's that? And they were like, oh, that's Luscious Liz. I was like, Liz Chase, the wrestler. I was like, oh, shoot. First thing I did, I'll go up to you. That's me. I'm like, hey, how you doing? My name is Jay. People love that, like, oh, how you doing, Jay? And I learned in this industry sometimes to come across and be something real. Be yourself. Be yourself. Come up to somebody. Like, if I would meet an actor, which I've met lots of actors, I never go crazy and be like, oh my God, I saw you in this movie. Hey, how you doing? How's everything? Nice to see you. And be polite. They humans just like us. But if you go up to them and you start talking to them about, like, I saw you in this movie, you gotta be like, oh, they only want an autograph. Right. They see dollar signs and they want to chill with you because they gotta get you places that other people can't. You know what I'm saying? So I treated her with respect and everything, and then she offered right then. She was like, "You camera work?" I said, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh, we have an event." It was like a week later. On Sunday we have a. I said, "Oh, great." The school would allow you to take the equipment out to do projects. So that's how they used to do it. And then she signed up to go to school there to do TV production. So on top of it, she was already on the inside. Right. And I started doing camera work for them and everything and the whole 9 yards. So then I got that part in the movie while I was doing that, and it worked out. And now Florida Championship Wrestling, now a lot of people don't know, is NXT. And I go back and say, I worked for that company years ago, and it was small. It was independent. It was before Vince McMahon ever bought the rights to it. And they used to do local shows here in South Florida, and it was always on the weekends. The Weekend Warriors, they would come out, they 9 to 5, working at lawyer's office, dentist and all that, come out and then they lace up the boots on the weekends and wrestle. Just to make a name for themselves. And I was doing a name, I was behind. So then they used to pay their camera guys. Not much, maybe $25 a gig. I didn't want to get paid. $25. $25 a gig at that time. It was like you make it or whatever, here's $25, you film, you there for like hours just filming. And so doing that, doing the wrestling, I was like, I don't want to get paid. I want to get trained to wrestle. And then, what? Are you kidding me? And say, yeah, I want to wrestle. And that's what I did. So I got articles of the Palm Beach Post. I was on Channel 10 News, Channel 12 News. the whole 9 yards. And I was known as the Puerto Rican Prince, Papa J. Yeah, and I used to go out there, and I started training with them. So at the same time, I'm training with them on a weekly basis. And on top of that, I was working for Publix. I'm working for Publix. I'm going to school, working for Publix part-time, learning how to wrestle and doing camera work. That's what I was doing, just to make it. Just to make it and to have that underneath my belt. And that's what I did for the longest time. And then after that, you know, you fall in love. I got away from it for, like I said, 10 years. Yeah. And then, you know, you start thinking that, like I said, that pep talk that my father had with me opened up my eyes and said, I don't want to regret it. You know, why I'm going to regret it. I'm going to be his age thinking back like, oh man, I could have been filming a WrestleMania. I could have been on WrestleMania thing. I could have been making a movie, like working with these people and that people. But if I don't try, I would never know. And so that's how that started when it came to that there, you know. And then I just started little local commercials, started doing local businesses. They needed actors. So I would be extras. I would always volunteer. I don't care what it was. You want me to walk on the street? I was walking on the street as an extra. You know, you want me to sweep the floor? I'm going to sweep the floor. You want me to throw out the garbage? I'm going to throw out the garbage. Whatever you needed to do for me to be an extra in that movie, I'm going to be an extra in the movie. Right. How much you pay the extras? Yo, I don't work for money. Oh, really? Oh, we like this guy. You know, and that's how it worked. You just, I was giving my services for free just to make my resume. And so there's a lot of commercials, like, I could be like, oh my God, like sometimes I find them on YouTube, which I'll find them, I'll send them to you. And I'm in the background and I'm doing nothing. I'm just making believe I'm buying a car. You know? And I also had opportunities that I regret now. Like there was this movie they filmed here in Lake Worth and it was with Tony Danson. And it was a baseball movie. I forgot the name of it. And they were looking for extras and all that stuff. And I remember one of my teachers said, they filmed me, they looking for extras, go. And I said, I'll go tomorrow. Well, tomorrow never came because by the time tomorrow, when I went the next day, it was already filled and they already had filmed the part that they needed extras. Damn. And I could have had so many opportunities. Another time, I was an extra on the TV show, The Glades. It was on I forgot the channel, but anyways, it was filmed here in Florida, and how that happened was I was doing pest control at this one facility, and I see all these camera people, and I'm like, what? And they're like, all right, everybody off the set, blah 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 blah. But I had permission to be there because I'm the pest control guy for that. It was a country club down south.
Gotcha.
So I had permission to be there because that was my scheduled day, but there was this one section I couldn't get through. So I remember I saw the director and I recognized him. So I went up to him and I said, hey, how you doing? He said, hey, I'm doing good. So we started talking about bugs. And he goes, you know what? I got a place down in Miami, man. He goes, do you mind going down there and spraying for me? And I was like, no, I don't. So I said, well, now that we're talking, you know, I'm an actor. And he looked at me like, here we go.
Yeah,
like, okay.
Damn.
So story short, he's like, all right, you gotta go, you know, you could walk with these people in the background. And I remember I was like, great. I did it, and I'm an extra in the background in one episode.
See, that's lit.
But I had to do what I had to do just to get in it. But that, you know, little things like that people be like looking at you like, you dumb, you're stupid, that doesn't make any sense. It makes sense. Because if, you know, you gotta wet your feet. You gotta do something. You gotta open up those doors. You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
You gotta put that. If the door's gonna close on you, take your foot and put it up and let that door smash your foot to keep that door open somehow. You know what I mean? Because you never know. I don't like to close no doors because you never know in the long run who you might need. That's what I was talking about earlier about burning people. You never know who you might have to call and say, hey, I need a favor. I know I haven't talked to you, but this is my plan. Can you help me out? What's the worst thing they're gonna say? No. Okay, no problem. At least you tried and said, okay, check. You know, I can't deal with them, you know. See what I'm saying? So the acting career started with that, and then with the KBJ show, they do a lot of independent films and everything, and every single movie that they've done since they've been at 97.9, I've been in every movie. that they've played. I play detective. I've got murdered in the movies and the whole 9 yards. So it's pretty awesome, man. I'm blessed, man. I got no complaint. Now I got 2 movies this coming year that I have parts in. One of them is before the KVJ show. For Halloween, and then the other one is gonna start the end of November. The one that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
All Children Go to Heaven, and I just got an email yesterday stating that they have they're gonna start shooting in November. So it's a go, which is good, and I've been waiting on that one now for about a year.
Yeah, you tell me about that.
For about a year, and it's been like every time we gotta do something, you know, due to the COVID, you know, we can't film. You know, they follow the guidelines of Hollywood. So if Hollywood wasn't working and filming, they weren't gonna film here in South Florida. But now that Hollywood is open again, and we good now. So it's all good, because now this is gonna be. I don't want to name names. But what I've heard, Netflix is looking at it, and like people like Tyler Perry Productions is looking at it. So it went from like an independent thing to like independent up here. It's like wow,
like a top tier,
and that's like patience, man.
And that just goes to show you, man. Like you said, you never know, right?
Yeah.
I think the people who don't make it in life are the people that think, bro, sweeping a floor, that's below me, right? That's the one thing I'm picking up with you, Jay. There's nothing that was below you because you saw the vision and you understood, hey, even though this might be insignificant now, if you do seemingly insignificant things over the course of years, it's going to lead up to one big thing at the end.
Yeah.
You right now.
Right.
And you're still not where you want to be.
No.
Right? We're still growing. We're still evolving.